on a hot mic. Alrighty. Are we good on the camera? Matt? Max, what's your favorite breakfast food? Oh, I'm out on you.
I don't eat them more than once a year.
When do you eat on your birthday?
I don't know.
Max, this is like a life changer for me right
I like
now.
lunch.
What's your favorite lunch item?
We gotta think.
Okay, well, you think while I do the first question.
Oh, that was a tough one.
Ready? Ready? Awesome, thank you. We would like to welcome Max Homa into the interview room at the 2023 Rocket Mortgage Classic. Max enters this week as the highest ranked player in the field and is making his fourth start at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Max, if you can just give an opening statement about your return to Detroit Golf Club.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I love this golf course. It was a shame to see, I don't know, the quasi-tornado that came through here, but it's a pretty amazing to watch all of the grounds crew, and I heard that they had to bring in 120 other extra people to help. So that was pretty amazing. I'm very, very impressed and very thankful that they did what they did. When we were here Tuesday, it was a little, or Monday, I mean, it was a little scary. You know, trees had fallen down, and then by yesterday, it looked normal again. So I'm amazed by all of them. I'm happy that it's gotten cleared out so we can have a great golf tournament in a city that shows out and really supports this event.
And you're heading into the week with 2 wins and 8 top 10s so far this season. What are your goals this week and the rest of the season?
Yeah, just keep playing good golf. I've been swinging the club really well, been putting it well. All the things feel really good. So just kind of keep doing that. I'm coming off 2 missed cuts. And I guess typically maybe a year or so prior, I would try to reinvent the wheel, but everything feels great. Just golf is a mean game. So my goals are just to go keep playing golf the way I play, kind of make it feel like I'm at home and just enjoy my time and wait for golf to love me again a little bit.
We'll open up for questions. Matt, go ahead.
Matt Charbonneau, Detroit News. Max, you've both played in 4 of these 5 events, and you mentioned a little bit about the course and everything, but what was it initially that drew you to playing here? And since you've been here a few years now, how have you seen this tournament grow, and do you feel it gaining in popularity, not just with fans, but players as well?
I think the reason I played the first year was kind of just simply it really fit the schedule well. I mean, that's kind of typically how a new event would go. And then once we left, I think the first year I really enjoy the golf course. The layout's really fun. Obviously, scores get a bit low for my preference. I'm a 10 to 15 under guy, so it's always going to be tough for me to get that hot at an event like this. But the layout's really fun. Like I said, the city comes and supports, so it makes it really enjoyable. They obviously do a great job in that corner of 14, 15, 16, 17. And I don't know, it's just a fun event. I've enjoyed my time here. And yeah, I guess it just kind of checks a lot of boxes. Plus, I'm buddies with Jared Goff. He's a Lion now, so I feel like I got to at least come to Detroit once a year. So it's a cool event for me.
We'll go right over here to Ron.
Hey, Max, Ron Kloss, BetSperts Golf. Kind of speaking of what you just said, you played some really tough, grinded-out courses over the last 6 weeks. How does your game plan and your mindset change on these easier scoring courses, such as the Travelers last week, and even Tony Finau predicting a 30-under winning score this week?
Yeah, it's always tricky. I mean, I'm probably not the guy to ask. I don't think I've ever won an event that was in the 20s or 30s. Definitely not. So there's like I think temptation to play really aggressive. In my opinion, I just think you just have to get hot. I don't think you can change your strategy. You're obviously going to have to putt the ball really well. Anybody who's ever shot that many under par has rolled it great. So you're going to have to hole a lot of putts, but I don't think I would change anything. Oddly enough, I would imagine a goal would be to actually stay somewhat patient, because you're going to see somebody the first day tomorrow shoot. I guess I'm in the morning, so I won't have to deal with it as much, but someone's going to be like 9, 10 under, if I had to guess. So not chasing that and letting it come to you. There's obviously, if the golf course is going to have scores that low, there's going to be a lot of scoring holes, and you just kind of wait for your moments. And again, the PGA Tour golf course, I just played a Pro-Am, so it's like not easy. So there's still going to be some tough spots, but I think the game plan when the courses are very low scores is just to not make mental mistakes, not make unforced errors, and you know you're going to make a lot of birdies.
Hey, Max. Jordan Burroughs with CBS News Detroit. With that in mind, you shared a great story, and pardon my take, about you and your caddy taking that 3-wood, and then you hit it off the metal bar, went in the water. You said you wanted to stay maybe a little more patient on this course, but with that in mind, is there a time when you might need to bring out a shot like that again, or any special shots during a course like this week coming up?
We don't have as many of those backstops, I guess, that could bank it on. But yeah, I would say that the two coolest kind of holes for risk reward coming down the stretch is 17's a good one. If the wind's playing into, all the par 5s play into the wind, so it plays a little longer, and that's one that you're going to want to get it up around the green in 2. But the most exciting is 14. I don't think a ton of guys can get there in 2 if it's into the wind, but if it's not into the wind, a lot of guys can get there, but it's still a tough shot over water, and long isn't really great. But like I said, it's one of those things you got to pick your spots, and I find that hole will be kind of a pivotal hole. 17, there's not much trouble around the green, but you still need to leave it in a good spot because the green's pretty intricate. So I don't know. That's one of those things you kind of feel out as you get out there. I'm hoping I'll just be in the fairway to at least be able to have a decision to make. That's step one. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of birdie opportunities out here. So you just have to kind of wait for those moments and then make those decisions.
With that in mind, too, Area 313 is a big thing here for local charities, ending the digital divides, what they're aiming for. Does that put any pressure on yourself to be able to hit low and even possibly get that hole-in-one on, one of these days?
Not really. That's the most absurd challenge that's ever been bestowed upon golfers. It is fun, though. That 15th hole gets rocking. It's really enjoyable. So I really enjoy playing that hole. I know, obviously, the Waste Management has started the kind of enclosed type golf arena for a hole, and some other tournaments have done a good job doing that, and this is obviously one of them. So I really enjoy playing that hole. It's not super hard, so you can kind of get some roars out and make a birdie, hopefully make a 1. I know Sabo, I think, made 1 last year. But yeah, I will not probably be going 3-1-3 this week, and if I do, I might just walk off before I get to 17T. So,
any additional questions for Max? We'll go right here in the middle. Oh, sorry. We'll go with Paul first.
Max, Tony Paul, Detroit News. You mentioned the low scores and how you're more of a 15 under kind of guy. Last week the numbers were low at the Travelers. Rory made some comments about how the course, or the technology has kind of passed that course by. I guess what are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you think it's okay that there's a few tournaments out here that the scores just get really low?
Yeah, I think variety's fine. Weather plays a big part. Like this week, I played here when it's firm. It still gets to be pretty low scores because it plays shorter. But, I mean, you can't really do much about this week. It's rained a ton, and I don't really know how you would fix that. But, yeah, I mean, variety is good. We have events like the Charles Schwab, I think, 9 under 1. That played very firm, and it's in an area at that time of year where it didn't rain, and you could really bake it out. Then you have events like Riviera that plays tough typically, Hilton Head, and then, yeah, we're going to have events like this where you have to show that you can go low. I think that the ultimate greatest golfer or golfers should be able to do all of those things. And I find that Justin can do all those things. Justin Thomas, everybody could do all of those things. So I think it's important to have that variety. Especially like in these designated events, you have some that are ridiculously hard, and then maybe you have some that you have to prove you can shoot 10 under. I think that's a skill in itself.
Just a few more, Adam.
Max, considering you went through a true slump, what you're going through right now, would you call it a mini slump?
No. missed the cut by 1 and 2. I played quite well. It's not a mini slump. I have 8 top 10s this year, and I had a top 10 like 3 events ago, I think. So I think I'm good.
What would you call it?
What would I call it? Frustrating. But no, I would not quite call this one a slump. My last round I played was a bogey-free round. So in my actual slump, I had a lot more birdie-free rounds. So I think I'm sitting just fine.
And last question, we'll go to the back.
God, it's got to be about Rosé.
Hey, man, Justin, I'm playing in the tournament this week. Of your pairing last week, who is your favorite that wasn't Wyndham Clark, and why?
Man, I think I'd have to go with Justin Thomas.
Nice.
He makes me feel tall and funny.
All right, that's the end of the question.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Max.
Thank you, guys.